Welcome to the 200 Proof Podcast. I'm your host, Grayson Schutzman, and that is Willie Bites. Say hi to the people.
How we doing, people?
They're doing all right, buddy. This is a sports podcast, general sports, but obviously it's the heart of the NFL season, so we're going to mostly focus on that and other stuff as we get wildly off topic. Last time I think we talked about, what was it, indentured servitude for like 20 minutes?
Sounds on brand.
No, that was the week before. We talked about what combinations you could make to get the drunkest.
Right. Hydroxycut and vodka.
Hydroxycut and vodka.
Hydroxycut, please sponsor us.
Do you want Hydroxycut to sponsor us? That brings me to this. We are sponsored by SeatGeek. Please use our promo code 200ProofSports. You can get $20 off any ticket at SeatGeek, and they have all of them. And it has to be your first time using SeatGeek, but you can always make a new email, make a new account. It takes like 5 minutes. I do it all the time. Totally worth it. And don't worry, they're not listening. They are super not listening. You all right there, Will?
Yeah.
Cool. Very reassuring. We got to get you like a ring light, man. You're looking a little ghostly.
You know, I do have a ring light. I'll set it up next time.
No worries, buddy. I don't care how you look. It makes me look better.
Yeah.
Sports. So, I think we should start with should we just start with the Lions-Ravens game since it was last night?
Sure.
Cool. So, Ravens lost, Lions won. Lions, this is the most points they've scored back-to-back since in 60 years.
Sounds about right.
They have been very bad at football, but last night, the Ravens could not stop the run. They decided to stop giving the ball to Derrick Henry after it seems like he gets stuffed like twice and they just give up on it for the rest of the game. That seems to be how the Ravens always lose. Is they'll stop Derrick Henry like twice and like, oh my God, they got Derrick Henry's number.
Yeah, and Derrick Henry is one of those backs that the more he gets stopped, the better he gets because he wears down the linebackers and the corners and even the linemen. They're, do you really want to have to tackle Derrick Henry 30 times in a game?
Bro, I don't want to tackle Derrick Henry once in my entire life. Yeah.
I feel like this happens with a lot of teams where the run isn't working necessarily and they get down maybe a touchdown, 10 points, and all of a sudden they stop running and then they go 3 and out really quickly. And, what was a 10-point lead turns into 17 or 20 real quick.
Yeah. You see this in every sport. It's really dumb to abandon your game plan at the first sign of trouble. And the Ravens, this is how they lost in the playoffs basically every year. Is they'll be doing good. They'll give it to Derrick Henry. He'll get stuffed like twice, and then they just won't run for the rest of the game. And they are the best rushing team in the league every year, even before they had Derrick Henry. And they're still like, didn't work once, done. Could you imagine if one pass was incomplete and a team just gave up on passing?
There would be a lot of angry people. And it's hard for the Ravens too, because Lamar Jackson has been playing out of his goddamn mind. He is so good.
Yeah, so we've criticized their offense, but should I wait for crazy stats?
Sure.
No, wait. I'll give a little. Here's one of the things for crazy stats. The Ravens have the most points scored in the league. They have also given up the most points in the league.
Wow.
So, obviously it's because Lamar Jackson's not clutch.
Right.
The highest scoring offense in the league, and yet they are 1-2. They are averaging 37 points a game, but giving up 39.
That's not good. I still have faith in this team. I think they're going to be a dangerous playoff team, but bad start.
Bad start. And it was both games that seemed like, especially the first one, but both games that seemed like they should have won, but the first sign of trouble, they just freak out and just completely play a different type of football that's not them. Meanwhile, the Lions are like the most consistent, like, this is how we play football team I've ever seen. They're like, yeah, we run it down your throat. We go on every fourth down. I don't care if it's on our own 10-yard line, which I think they did in this game.
I mean, have you seen Dan Campbell? That man is terrifying.
Yeah, good for Dan Campbell. That guy's hilarious. I love him so much.
I would not want to be a Lions player who disagrees with Dan Campbell's game plan.
Apparently, none of them do.
Yeah, that's what they say.
They're all very. I guess they'll be like, no, that guy's like the only person. If there's a like fight among all the coaches, he wins, right?
Yeah, him and Vrabel, maybe.
Vrabel. I feel like Tomlin could get it. Could fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll would go nuts, even though he's the oldest coach in the league. I just feel like you just see him doing videos where he's like working out with the players, and he'll just like people will go into his office just randomly doing push-ups.
I think he's close to the oldest coach ever.
He's the oldest coach in the league, at least. He's probably close to the oldest coach ever. But yeah, Vrabel, Campbell, and Tomlin, I think, are the top 3 seeds in that. Daboll, I think, will just give up immediately. Roll away. Should we go to our weekly segment, how the Giants suck, or should we go to our weekly segment that the Chiefs will be fine? Oh, wait, it's the same one this week.
Crazy.
So the Giants played the Chiefs. It's a football game that happened in prime time for some reason. Putting the Giants in prime time is mean.
Yeah, I think it goes against the 5th or 6th Amendment, whichever one's cruel and unusual punishment.
5th is not incriminating yourself, so it must be 6th.
Right. I plead the 5th.
Dave Chappelle shout out. Yeah, I feel like, it's basically the closest thing America has to public executions is putting the Giants, the Jets, or the Browns in prime time. Actually, we'll talk about the Browns later. They had an awesome week. Yeah,
I mean, the Browns are at least pretending to be a competent football franchise.
Are they? They're definitely pretending.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So the Giants were bad. Were very bad.
Shocker.
Russell Wilson decided that he didn't want to win the game. So he did that thing where it was 4th and goal, and he's like, I'm going to throw the ball away, live to play another down. Nope, there is no other downs. He made 0. He threw the ball away. They were on like 4th and goal. He threw the ball away. He did a QB draw where he got no yards. He went backwards. Then he threw the ball away, and then he threw the ball away. He made no actual attempt to throw a ball to a Giants wide receiver.
These balls were like 6 feet over their heads, like not even close.
He hit the upright of the field goal twice on 2 of them. That's hard to do when you're trying.
Yeah. And I mean, when we signed Russell Wilson, he was supposed to be the smart veteran quarterback who could win a couple games, maybe bring a common presence, maybe be a mentor to Jaxson Dart, but at least we'll see what Jaxson Dart has next week.
Right. Jaxson Dart is playing next week. A really great spot to put your rookie quarterback in against the Chargers, the best defense in the league. Especially their pass rush is one of the best, and you have bottom 3 offensive line again. So this might be the first and last time anyone sees Jaxson Dart play football. My question is, the whole point of this was to have Jaxson Dart sit behind a veteran QB who can, a veteran QB who's been in the league a long time, and then maybe where we either put him in next season or we put him in against a weaker opponent like the Saints next week, the week after. But for some reason, they have completely forgotten Jameis Winston is on this team.
And I think we also got the two weirdest veteran quarterbacks in the league.
Yes, the two guys probably the least interested in like teaching a young QB, and the least guys I would not want him to learn from.
Yeah, Mr. Unlimited and Crab Leg Jameis.
Yeah, famously bad teammates.
Well, I mean, I think Jameis is a good teammate. He's just
a bad person.
Weird. I don't think he's a bad person. I think he's made some mistakes.
How many sexual assault charges does he have? 2?
I don't know.
One was an Uber driver. Then he stole some crab legs. I think he's a better guy now. But I don't what is there that Jameis Winston has that you want to teach Jaxson Dart?
Honestly, the grip it and rip it mentality.
Yeah, I don't totally want that. 30 for 30, going 30 touchdowns, 30 picks. I like
didn't he get 35?
What? No, it was 30 and 30.
30 and 30.
That was greatest season. Just, I can't believe someone threw 3 picks. Cam Scatterbo was awesome.
Amazing. The only good part of this team.
You never want guys to get injured, but Cam Scatterbo is so much better than Tyrone Tracy that it pisses me off every time they hand the ball off to Tracy. What are we doing?
I've been asking myself that for the past 10 years.
Oh, also the Chiefs were the first team to play the Giants, who realized that if you just double team Malik Neighbors, they don't actually have another wide receiver on the team.
What?
So that's why the Chiefs are going to be fine, because they're smart.
If you
there's
double
only one wide receiver
weapon
on that entire team. Maybe we should just put some guys on them. They literally have no other option.
That's a weird strategy.
Yeah. We have that tight end from Penn State who seems just incapable of being competent, and I don't remember him at Penn State, so that's bad. But I think it was the 2020 year. The offensive line's still awful. I'm 100% certain they're doing this because next week's a home game, and instead of putting him in with the Saints, they really, for their own job security, really don't want to get booed at home again.
They will.
They're going to get booed at home.
When Jaxson Dart gets sacked for the 5th time and the score is 38-3, the boos are going to come out.
Yeah, so I want to ask, God, I'm going to step on funny stats again, but I want to ask, I would love to be a reporter in a press conference with John Mara, because I got some questions. My questions would be, so last year you let Saquon go to a division rival. He had the best running back season ever. He led the league in rushing. You let him go for nothing. He walked for nothing. And then had the best season of his career on another team. You had let Xavier McKinney go, walk for nothing, go to the Packers. He then led the league in interceptions, had the best season of his career. Now Daniel Jones has left, and he's going to the Colts. They've only punted once all season. He's having the best season of his career. So my question to you, John Mara, is what do you think is most to blame? Brian Daboll for not getting the best out of these guys when they're here, Joe Shane for letting clearly talented guys leave for absolutely nothing, or you for hiring them and then not firing them despite constant disappointment, no success, and getting worse every season?
Follow-up question. Who's next?
Who's next?
Who's the next guy we're going to let go for nothing? Because I want to buy some memorabilia because he's going to be an amazing player, not on our team.
Scatterbo. It's going to be Neighbors. It's totally going to be Malik Neighbors. He fucking hates it here.
Yeah, he hates losing, and I can't blame him.
He hates losing. He doesn't really like being talked to by coaches. He's already a big diva. It's just we don't suck enough for him to get attention for it. Or we suck too much for him to get attention for it. Remember when he was injured and then he said he was sick and then they found him at a Travis Scott concert?
To be fair, Travis Scott is pretty sick.
Yeah, he's great live too. If only I remembered 2015.
You could die in a mob if you go to a Travis Scott concert.
He's so good, it will literally kill you. So the Chiefs won a game against us, so I don't know if that even counts on their official record.
No.
The Chargers, on the other hand, who we're playing next week, ironically, you'll never believe this, I think they have the AFC West completely locked up already.
I don't know about that.
Wait. I don't think you've realized this. They're 3-0. You know that, right?
Yeah.
All against division opponents. They've played all three of the other teams in the division, beat them all. They now have a 3-0 lead on all of them.
Listen, it's a very good team, but they're still the Chargers, so...
The Chargers will Chargers? But maybe they don't Chargers until the playoffs.
Yeah, but do people really remember the regular season?
No, but I'm saying that they have this division locked. It's crazy that it's week 3 and the Chiefs are in their division and the Broncos are really hyped up, but it's a pretty insurmountable hole, actually. No team has gone 3-0 in the first 3 games against all division opponents. I think it was like 30 years.
Okay. It's pretty significant. Pretty big stuff.
The Chargers have also haven't been 3-0 since 2002.
Damn, not even that 14-2 year with LT?
I guess one of those two were in the first couple games.
I guess so.
But yeah. Should we move on to another game or should we do funny stats?
Let's move on to another game. I want to talk about the Bears and Cowboys.
Yes. So is Caleb Williams good now or are the Cowboys awful?
I think this is the case of the Cowboys being truly awful.
They did make Russell Wilson good.
Yeah, I don't know the stats on this, but I think with Micah Parsons in last year, the Cowboys were a top 7 or 8 defense, and without him, they were like the worst defense in the league.
Yes.
And they don't have Micah Parsons anymore. Crazy what happens when you lose your best player. So,
did you hear what Jerry Jones said after the game?
What, something along the lines of, we don't need Micah Parsons?
No, he said, we could really use a pass rush.
Jerry, I'm going to hold your hand while I say this.
I'm telling you, man, he's Joe Bidening.
He is losing it.
Yeah, well, he's 80. He's in his 80s. Like, people in their 80s shouldn't be in charge of stuff. Government.
They should be in charge of choosing what pudding flavor they're going to have for dessert.
I barely trust them with that.
I think they can figure it out.
Who actually likes tapioca?
Nobody likes tapioca.
Then why are they always eating it?
They don't have another option.
We gotta get them the vanilla one. I always thought was underrated.
Everyone knows chocolate's the best.
Classic chocolate, obviously. Crumble some Oreos in there.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
We know how to treat an old person.
Listen, their teeth aren't very good, so it needs to be soft.
Yeah, but they can handle some crumbled Oreos. Probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So Caleb Williams had a great game, though.
He did.
And all of his wide receivers were wide open, and he had all day to throw the ball.
Crazy what happens when you have a semi-competent O-line.
Yeah. I mean, we put up crazy numbers against that defense, too. It wasn't like that and we have no O-line.
Yeah, well, decent O-line plus non-existent pass rush.
I believe the Cowboys have the second worst defense. The Ravens number 1. But I think that some of that might be based on the teams they've played. I think the Cowboys by the end of the season are going to have the worst defense.
I think so. And on balance, they're a much worse team because they have the rare combination of a bad defense and a bad offense.
And CeeDee Lamb went down.
So, I mean, the Cowboys season is looking very dire right now.
And yet they beat us.
Well, it's not at the level of the Giants. Like, let's be realistic here.
Let's be serious. Like, you can't expect them to be worse than the Giants.
Or the Jets, for that matter.
I love the Jets. As a Giants fan, thank God for the Jets. You know how Alabama says thank God for Mississippi because Alabama's second to last in like every statistic, and then Mississippi's last? As a Giants fan, thank God for the Jets because we would get so much more heat on us if the Jets didn't exist.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're honestly more embarrassing.
I mean, at least we have 2007 and 2012 to kind of fall back on, but the Jets, nothing.
They have 1969.
Sure. What was that, Super Bowl III?
It was Super Bowl III.
Yeah.
It was the year that we landed on the moon, allegedly. And Woodstock.
If you believe what they say.
Just to give you a vague understanding of what was going on, of how long ago this was, Woodstock was going on. And I think Jerry Jones was in his early 20s.
Yeah, I think my mom was...
My dad was 13. 5. Yeah. It was a while ago. Been a minute.
Yeah.
I think you should just put Joe Namath back in there.
Sure.
But yeah, I guess good for Caleb because, it was looking real bleak there. So, getting a weak guy in there, maybe boost the confidence a little. Maybe he'll stop, I don't know, painting his nails. I
good for Caleb.
That's the cause of all of his problems.
Good for Chicago area nail salons.
Yeah. I just assume, based on the comments on any post about Caleb, that the reason that they're not playing well is because he paints his nails.
Obviously. It's not because he's, not that good at football.
Yeah, he's just basically Anthony Richardson. Like, he can do crazy shit and he's athletic, but he just seems to know nothing about football at all and has no touch.
Yeah. Turns out athleticism.
He's better than Anthony Richardson.
He is. Oh, for sure.
Anthony Richardson is not a football player.
Turns out athleticism isn't all that important for quarterbacks. All you need is to be about 6'2", 6'3", or above, have a good arm, and be able to throw passes on time and accurately.
You also have to read defenses, which Caleb is awful at.
Yes. Well, in order to throw passes on time and accurately, you need to read defenses.
Yeah, he's not good at that. He doesn't want to.
He should work on that.
Do you want to talk about Daniel Jones? Do you want to talk about Daniel Jones?
This is like when someone brings up your ex who you broke up with, and then they immediately landed a way higher paying job, got super hot, and are dating someone super successful.
Yeah, but what if it turns out they were hot the whole time and you were the problem?
I was the problem.
We were definitely the problem.
We were for sure the problem.
I think, and this is becoming a running theme, that what Daniel Jones is proving is, once again, the only thing in football that actually matters is offensive line.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones goes from one of the worst offensive lines to one of the best. He goes from one of the worst quarterbacks to one of the best. Sam Darnold, one of the worst to the best, from one of the worst to the best. Baker Mayfield, Geno Smith, fucking CJ Stroud. Why is CJ Stroud falling off? They got rid of his entire offensive line and replaced it from guys that they got off of the worst offensive line from last year. And all of a sudden, CJ Stroud sucks. Does CJ Stroud actually suck, or does his offensive line suck? Right now, they're ranked 32.
If I had to rank the importance of position groups, it's like O-line 1, D-line 2, quarterback, secondary, skill positions.
Yeah,
and linebackers.
I would go secondary, wide receivers, unless you're like a great running back, if you have a good offensive line, you could probably turn most guys in. Wide receivers I don't think are as important. I think they're like icing on a cake.
Yes.
Same with, honestly, all skill players. You should never draft a skill player in the first round unless you're already a really good team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the Chiefs could use some. Well, they keep drafting skill players. They just all keep getting hurt.
The way to do skill players, honestly, is build a really strong culture and then pick up skill players who are like in legal trouble.
Yeah, like, those guys are always the best.
And they're like on the outs with their current team.
Have you hit your wife? Did you drive too fast? Did you drive too fast drunk? Did you drive too fast drunk while hitting your wife? Did you hit your kid with your car while you were drunk driving, hitting your wife?
Are you on crack right now?
I was just going to say drugs, just drugs.
Yeah.
Josh Gordon. Are you Josh Gordon?
Are you incapable of staying off the weed?
The weed. They legalized weed in the NFL like 2 years after he was basically kicked out.
He must be so pissed.
He lost such a good career. But seriously, man, get off the weed. They're paying you so much money to just not smoke weed.
I don't think it was just about the weed with Josh Gordon.
Yeah, that's all they told us about, but there's no way it was just weed, right?
No. And I was watching a podcast with Pablo Torre that he did about a year ago with Matt Barnes talking about weed in the NBA. And there's all kinds of, I don't know how it is in the NFL. I assume it's somewhat similar to the system that they had in the NBA when Matt Barnes was playing. But it is very easy to pass these drug tests.
Yeah, they don't want their players getting caught. That's bad for them. They want you to be able to cheat on the drug tests, so you must be really bad at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, do you want to do the Rams-Eagles game?
I was watching this game live with you, and I was actually sick to my stomach.
This always happens for the Eagles. They got like 6 miracles in the Meadowlands.
Yeah, you say miracle in the Meadowlands, you're like, which one?
They fucking... Also, this was the first time they won on a game block, like a special teams play since 2008. I was in the car and I was in LA and I was checking this on vacation. I was checking the score and it was updating. And like my dad's like, "What's the score?" And I was like, "Oh, it's tie game. It's going into overtime. With the Giants just tied it. They're kicking it off. There's like 2 seconds on the clock." And then like 15 minutes later, I'm like, "All right, overtime's probably started by now. Let me check again." I'm like, "What the fuck? How did we lose that game?" Yeah. This also allows me to talk about the offensive line. So the Rams were up by 23 points, and then one of the offensive linemen got injured, and they never scored again the rest of the game. And the 2 blocked kicks, they blocked 2. The game went obviously, and then 1 earlier. Both of them, the guy ran over their backup. The only thing in football that matters is important. Line. Yeah, the only thing in football that matters is offensive line. Why do we have other players? You shouldn't be allowed to draft other players if your offensive line is bad.
I can get behind that. Or at least the Giants shouldn't be allowed to draft other players.
Hey, man, we've had one top 25 offensive line in the past 15 years.
I mean, we still have Andrew Thomas.
Do we? Where is he?
He's injured.
Yeah, he's been injured a lot. He's like the highest offensive lineman in football still.
He'll be back in the next few weeks.
Why wouldn't we wait for that before we put Jaxson Dart behind this line? Did they not just see what happened with Joe Burrow?
Let me see when he's coming back.
He's not. He's definitely never coming back. Why would you come back to this? Would you want to come back?
Oh, he played this week, but he had a snap limit.
Oh, okay. That explains why I didn't see him much.
Yeah.
Oh, good for him.
Good for us. Good for Jaxson Dart.
Is it? I'm real worried that he's gonna die.
He needs every last bit he can get.
The Eagles are the luckiest fucking franchise. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
The fucking nonsense. At least they also false started again on the tush push and they didn't call it again, but they called it on the Saints. Because everyone after last time where it was very obvious and it got called out like on the game like several times that they were false starting and everyone made a big deal about it. Everyone's like, okay, they're gonna crack down on this, and they did, just not on the Eagles. Not on the best team in the league. They cracked down on the poor Saints.
I mean, it's classic America. If someone rich is committing a crime, they must know something that we don't. So we'll let them go. But someone poor is just existing.
Well, maybe they should.
Crime.
Did they ever think not to?
Yeah. Have they thought about just dying?
Yeah. Well, I always thought that if somebody's just like, we're gonna just spend a bunch of money and build a bunch of like a big high rise, and we're just gonna put the homeless in there. And if you complain about it, like all you want is for us to get these homeless people out of your face. What's your actual solution? You don't want us to kill them, do you? And I figured no one would say that, but then someone last week on Fox News said that. He said we need to give them involuntary lethal injections. And that guy's show isn't canceled.
Who was that?
Brian Kilmeade. He's the little squishy guy on Fox and Friends.
Kilmeade sounds Irish.
I don't know.
He would not have done well in the 1800s. Let me tell you that. Tell you that much.
Because he looks like a potato. It was a famously bad time to be a potato. No, the British would never be mean to the Irish.
No, never.
The British famously were very nice to everyone they were in charge of.
Confirmed Irish, by the way.
He is Irish?
Yeah.
Figured. My favorite thing is that them controlling Ireland actually cost them money and got them basically nothing, but they were so dead fast on not giving these people freedom, they just legitimately believed it was their right and obligation to rule these people.
Yeah, wasn't that Winston Churchill who was like, they were like, hey, this is really costing us a lot of money and we'd be a lot better in our war efforts if we just kind of chilled out for a minute. And Churchill was like, no. So repressing the Irish people is their number one priority, even more than defeating Hitler.
Yeah, they fucking hate them. They fucking hate the Irish so much. It made no sense.
I mean, have you tried Guinness? Just, guys.
It's good. Whiskey. They're probably terrible neighbors. That's the problem.
Yeah, they do have a vampire problem, so gotta watch out for that.
Yeah, and you can't tell which one's the vampire because they're all fucking pale.
Yeah, and they're all singing all the time. Terrible.
They're all singing. I've seen Sinners.
Never trust singing Irish people.
I think that was the message.
Yeah.
All right. Crazy stats.
Crazy stats.
This is our new segment. I'm telling you, SeatGeek is sponsoring it. They have no say in the matter. So, crazy stats from week 3. Sponsored by SeatGeek. Crazy stats from week 3 in the NFL. Okay. Michael Penix is 0-4 when the other team scores 7 points.
Is that at least 7 points?
Yep, just 7 points. He has not won a game where the other team scored 7 points.
Yeah, that's
he was really
good.
bad. He lost to the Panthers by 30. To the Panthers. That would be like, imagine if someone lost to us by 30.
Is Bryce Young still the quarterback for the Panthers?
Yeah. And they lost to the
Good for
Panthers
him,
by
I
30.
guess. Oh,
Yeah. Speaking of bad quarterbacks with bad records, Spencer Rattler as a starter is a consecutive. Spencer Rattler as a starter is 0 for 9. The NFL record is 0 for 15, set by Deshaun Kaiser with the Browns. Because
that was an
usually,
impressive run.
So usually, if you lose your first 9 starts, they bench you.
He must be so good at practice.
Deshaun Kaiser, man, poor guy. This Sunday there were 7 game-winning scores in the last 3 minutes, which is the most in 48 years.
Wow.
Felt like a weird game. These next 2 are gonna hurt. Daniel Jones is now 3-0 with the Colts. Daniel Jones is now 3-0 with the Colts. He never won 3 games in a row in 6 years with the New York Giants.
He was on the Giants for 6 years?
Yeah.
Felt like 3.
Well, it was like 2 COVID years. People don't really remember those. I don't know. I thought it felt like 60.
Yeah.
Turns out we didn't know what we had. Because the next one is the Colts have the second most points scored this season with Daniel Jones. They also have the least punts.
Jones.
They also have the least punts through 3 games in the history of the NFL.
Just one, right?
Just 1 punt in 3 games. Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones.
Kind of gets me to the next one. I already kind of said it, but the Ravens have scored the most. The Ravens have scored the most points this season, despite having a losing record, because they've also allowed the most points.
Perfectly balanced.
But obviously, they're losing because Lamar Jackson is not clutch.
Obviously.
Okay. With less than 10 minutes left to go in the Giants game, Cam Scatterbo had more yards than the entire rest of the Giants offense combined. That includes their quarterback, Russell Wilson.
Honestly, I support it.
Really hard
if we're going to suck, at least let Cam Scatterbo shine.
Yeah, he should be every play. Why isn't he quarterback?
He could be.
Okay. The Panthers won 30-0, but somehow only had 224 yards of offense.
I guess you don't need very many yards when you're working with short fields because Michael Penix is throwing picks and losing fumbles.
Yeah, that's just an outstanding stat. The Browns beat the Packers, making it the first time in 10 years. Sorry, I had to burp. Making it the first time in 10 years, the team with the lowest Super Bowl odds beat the team with the best Super Bowl odds.
Yeah, I don't think the Packers should have the best Super Bowl odds. I think the Eagles deserve that, but still very.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, and they're 3-0.
Yeah,
and they're clearly the best team in the league. But still very surprising. The Packers will be fine. The Browns will still suck.
Yeah, it was a really weird game. There was mixed kicks and weird penalties and shit. Really
yeah.
Fun. The Eagles player who blocked and scored the game-winning touchdown ran over 18 miles per hour, making him the fastest player over 300 pounds in the 21st century. No player over 300 pounds has ran that fast in the 21st century.
Dude was moving.
Yeah, man. I didn't know Big Boy can move like that.
Yeah, I thought he was going to pull a Daniel Jones and trip over himself, but...
No, only we do that. Against the Eagles. That was against the Eagles. Because of course it was. Tampa is 3-0. 3 game-winning drives.
Baker Mayfield for MVP?
Baker Mayfield for MVP. Clutch, unlike Lamar Jackson.
Unlike Lamar Jackson. I have one additional stat I'd like to throw in here.
Last one. Oh, yeah, I already did this one. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, not a football stat, but a baseball one. And this is kind of like the inverse of Michael Penix. So Jacob deGrom, ace pitcher, played a long time with the Mets. Now he's on the Rangers. The other night, he came back to Citi Field in a start against the Mets. He has had something like 168 starts in his career at Citi Field, 167 with the Mets, and 1 with the Rangers. The other night, he received 8 runs of support, which is the most he has ever received at Citi Field.
Wait. He played for the Mets.
Yes. And they never got him more than 8 runs of support.
That's...
Never.
Did he play there before or after the Cohens took over and actually started spending money and making the team good?
Mostly before, but a little bit after as well.
Yeah, so they probably weren't able to affect it yet, where they just started out-Yankeeing the Yankees.
Yeah, but they still suck.
I know! It's amazing! It's the one thing! Billionaires think they can buy everything. You can't buy the Mets being good.
Yeah, baseball's great because it's like the one league where you can still blatantly just buy players. And the Mets still suck.
Apparently the NBA.
Well, not blatantly, but like...
Well, you have to create a fake tree company first.
Right. I don't know which is crazier, this or... Do you remember the Bishop Sycamore?
Yes, man. I got a Bishop Sycamore shirt. Do you know what my favorite... So for those who don't know, Bishop Sycamore was a fake high school where they had a high school football team full of 30-year-old men. And this guy was running this fake high school where they were playing real high school football teams. And it was this whole thing. He made them like rob Walmarts for food. They ended up playing a game on ESPN against IMG Academy, which is the best like football academy in the world. And they lost by like 70.
Destroyed.
And then they found out that they played a football game the night before. Which is not what you're supposed to do. They were playing like 4 games a week. These guys' bodies were destroyed. And they were losing to like 17-year-olds.
And nobody caught on that the initials of Bishop Sycamore were BS.
No, my favorite thing is that when the investigation started, and they said, we found it suspicious that 1, the address listed for the school was a library at Ohio State. 2, there has never been in the history of the Catholic Church a bishop named Sycamore.
That's what gave it away.
It's so fucking funny. Where did he get that name?
I think it was kind of like how hedge funds name themselves.
Also, the coach is still on the run, if anybody sees him.
I think he's probably hanging out with Antonio Brown.
He's also he's technically not on the run because he left the country before the warrant went out. He's just
Is that how that works?
Evidently, that's how that works. He said he learned it from Dan Snyder. Remember when Dan Snyder was... He was still an owner of an NFL team. They were not going to kick him out of the league, despite the fact that he was living in international waters to avoid a federal subpoena.
Yeah, wasn't it like Congress that subpoenaed him?
Yes. So the NFL had to go talk to Congress while he was hiding in international waters.
This feels like a scene out of like Wolf of Wall Street.
Dude. And it's because he had blackmail on them, and he was very publicly open about the fact that the reason he couldn't get kicked out of the league was because he's like, I have blackmail on them. Like, he just straight up said that.
I feel like that's something
crazy,
like...
because then when the NFL does nothing, we know why.
Yeah, I feel like that's something the FBI should have investigated.
They did. That's why he was in international waters. I think this particular reason was because he transported prostitutes across state lines. so that they would go to a Final Four game with him.
I thought it was that thing where he brought the cheerleaders to like the Bahamas and took their passports and forced them to have sex with all his friends.
It was Mexico, and no, the FBI seemed pretty cool with that. That's why they were all on Good Morning America.
That was fine.
Public opinion.
Yeah.
You know what finally did him in? He stole money from the NFL. He was completely lying about his revenue for the revenue splits. Apparently, he was just completely lying about it. He stole like tens of millions of dollars from every other owner. That's all they cared about.
Don't mess with the bag.
No, but, prostitute your, sex traffic your cheerleaders. Yeah, I have you know what? This would be good content for the podcast. I have some list of terrible things he's done.
Yes.
All right, let's go over all the awful things Dan Snyder has done. This is going to be great. I knew this was coming.
If you ever want good reading, just go to Dan Snyder's Wikipedia page and go to the controversies section.
It's so long, dude. It's like longer than Ulysses. It's longer than the fucking Bible. All right, some crazy Dan Snyder shit. This is going to go on for a while. All right. He sold expired peanuts he bought from a bankrupt airline at the stadium. He ordered his COO to pour expired milk on the floor of a family suite at FedEx Field because they wouldn't sell him their land. Flew the cheerleaders... Oh, it's Costa Rica. He flew the cheerleaders to Costa Rica for a photo shoot, then stole their passports and would not let them return until they escorted some of his friends. He was indicted for bank fraud for misusing team funds, including $4.5 million to put the team logo on his private jet. Fucking transported prostitutes across state lines to attend a Final Four game with him. Hired private investigators to get dirt on the other owners so the commissioner couldn't make him sell a team. Lived on his yacht in international waters to flee federal subpoenas. Leaked the emails that led to John Gruden's firing.
Right.
Does not offer free coffee in the facility for players or staff. That's insane.
I also heard that he doesn't allow anyone who works for the organization to make eye contact with him.
No. I don't think I have this in there. Another thing that's his weird respect thing is he picked up, or he dropped off his kid. Some kid was like, one of his kids was like having a play date, and the other parent came to like pick up their kid, and he said, "Thanks, Dan." And he goes, "It's Mr. Snyder." It's like, this is your peer. Like, you don't have to do that. You're just being a dick. All right, this is the first of two 9/11 things. I don't know when the other 9/11 thing comes up, but sold 9/11 5th anniversary hats for $23.99 and kept all of the profits.
5th anniversary.
Yeah. Created a hot or not website for the cheerleaders, much like Mark Zuckerberg's Face Mash. He ruined a park ranger's life so he could get 130 trees cut down so his mansion could have a better view. He was near a national park, so he had this park ranger basically doxxed and fired, and then they took his house away so that he could have this better view of this of the water. He drafted Dwayne Haskins because his daughter went to high school with him. Never watched him play football.
R.I.P. Dwayne Haskins. Pancaked by drunk dump truck driver.
Stole millions from the NFL by lying about ticket revenue. Created a culture so toxic that a judge in one of his dozens of lawsuits referred to it as unfit for humans of all gender, race, and ages. I really like this one. Refused to pay the rights to a new name, so he just called his team the football team for 2 years.
Yep.
I think we have a few more. Sued a nearby church for allowing fans to park there during games.
Right.
9/11 again. Used 9/11 as an excuse to add a $4 security fee to tickets, despite not spending a single more dollar on security. He sued a 72-year-old widow for trying to get out of her season tickets after her husband's death. He forced masseuses to fly to the Super Bowl on their dime. Oh no, he forced his masseuse to fly to the Super Bowl on her dime, did not get her tickets for the game. After the game, made her meet him and his friends at 2 a.m. for massages. Okay, I got a few more. Got a health code violation for selling beer in the bathroom at the stadium.
In the bathroom?
Yeah. Kind of sick, but also kind of sick.
Yeah.
The commander, let's see. Create a fake name, Andy Man, to defend himself in comment sections online.
Some Kevin Durant shit.
Hired Sherman Lewis, who was working as a bingo caller at retirement homes, to call plays for their offense. And this is the last one. Said, sound more like Jackie Chan to an Asian man auditioning to be a mascot at Six Flags, which Daniel Snyder owns.
He owns Six Flags?
Yes, that's why they're ruining it.
God damn it.
That's why you think they took down King the Cop. He also owned Johnny Rockets, which used to be really cool, and then he bought it and just ruined it.
Yeah, I remember one of the worst burgers I ever had was at a Johnny Rockets at Mohegan Sun. That was bad.
It's like how Shake Shack used to be super good, then private equity bought it, and now it's fine.
Yeah, just mediocre.
We used to wait like 2 hours in line for Shake Shack when there was like two Shake Shacks. And it was worth it.
It was really good.
So, any other sports news?
No, I'm just trying to take in all the atrocities that Dan Snyder has committed. I mean,
it's amazing.
Some of these are just like straight up cartoon villain shit. Like,
I really like that he doesn't allow free coffee. There's no free coffee. I had free coffee. I worked at a biker bar. I've worked at like Boston Market. Like everywhere I've worked has had like a Keurig at least.
Yeah, it's not expensive.
You want your employees attentive. He was charging them for fucking coffee.
What stands out to me is like I can understand like being greedy, like trying to upcharge people, whatever. Having the park ranger's life ruined, suing a church, and
they were taking parking revenue away.
Suing a widow. Dude, you're a billionaire.
He doesn't seem to care. He doesn't know that.
You can eat whatever you want. Sleep with the most attractive prostitutes in the world. They won't like you, but they'll take your money. You can go anywhere. You can buy private jets. You can go on yachts.
He did those things. They were also for crimes.
You can go hang out in the Mediterranean Sea for the rest of your life. And you choose to obsess over widows and church parking lots, and
he's a petty king.
Yeah.
He's the pettiest billionaire. He wins. He's worse than Trump. He's worse than Elon. He's worse than, I'm sure Warren Buffett's petty if you really look into it. I bet George Soros is petty as shit.
Yeah.
But no one on God's green earth is pettier than Dan Snyder. I like the spoiled milk thing because some family they own a suite at the field, so he's like, and he didn't ask like some intern to do it. He asked his COO.
I mean, that is operations at its core, right?
Go pour expired milk all over their suite so it smells. Fuck them. They won't sell me their land.
Just a couple shrimp in the air vent does wonders.
Yeah, I don't know where he found the bingo guy.
At a bingo hall. I didn't know those still existed.
Yeah, I'm really honestly, I wanted him out of the league. One, I miss how funny it is, and two, I forgot they're in our. You forget that the Washington football team is in our division.
Yeah. They have a shockingly large fan base.
Yeah, I mean, they're like the fifth. They're a huge market. They have like all of Maryland and Virginia. Washington, D.C. is a huge city. And, they probably got some regions around there. Oh, wait, the Ravens exist, but so not all of Maryland, but they got pretty much all of D.C. They won before he bought the team. They were a pretty good franchise, actually.
Yeah, historical.
Oh, that's another thing I want to ask John Mara. So I know eventually you're going to fire Dable and Joe Shan, but you have had multiple GMs and coaches during your tenure, and you are the losingest owner in the sport. Do you think maybe you're the problem? I just want one reporter to be like, do you have any self-awareness at all? Is anything your fault? And he's just going to be like, no, that's never occurred to me.
Yeah, why would I think about that?
I'm rich. My dad gave me a bunch of money. Why would I think I'm the problem? If I was the problem, why would I be born rich?
I'm a genius because I'm a billionaire, obviously. Yeah.
What did I do for my money? Fucking nothing. I won the sperm race. The great sperm race.
Very, very challenging.
I wiggled the hardest, and I've been pretty much set since then.
Yeah.
Also, his daughter is cute. She's
both daughters.
From, you know who his daughter is?
Yeah, Rooney and Kate Mara.
Yeah. One of his daughters cute.
Yeah, Kate.
Kate, yeah. The less talented one, but way better looking.
The wife from Friendship.
Oh, yeah. I always think of her as
she had an orgasm in the sewer.
I had an orgasm in the sewer. If you guys haven't seen Friendship yet, we highly recommend it. Sponsor us, Friendship.
Honestly, he's got a new show coming out.
Anything with Tim Robinson in it or near it.
Detroiters? Oh my god.
How good is fucking Detroiters?
It's so good. It's a crime that it got canceled, honestly.
It was before its time.
It really was.
His obsession with hot dogs is amazing. I also like what is the first thing you think of when you think of wigs? Are they stealing those off dead bodies?
Deborah wigs. They're not from dead people anymore.
I think that's a great place to end it, don't you?
Absolutely.
Doing what we do best. Almost talking about sports.
Almost. We're so close.
So anyway, SeatGeek, 200 Proof Sports, all one word, $20 off any tickets. Like, subscribe, share, yada. Get on the YouTube channel. I'm going to have a thumbnail this time.
Start some arguments in the comments.
Start some arguments in the comments. Come on. Rage bait.
Make it personal.
Make it so personal. Just say LeBron's better than Jordan in our comments. I know that didn't come up at all, but that will just get the conversation going.
And say something about Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen.
What's your takes on Israel? Now that's
why is boxing so racial?
Why is boxing so racial? Does Tylenol cause autism?
I'm so glad I grew up in an Advil house.
Yeah, otherwise you'd be even more autistic.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the Advil houses were like the norm, and then Tylenol was like kind of crazy, like your kid's a little feral. And then the weirdest ones, aspirin was like okay, like I don't think I've ever taken aspirin, but sure, go for it. And then the real weirdos, Aleve.
Yeah, Aleve people worries me because it's like 8 times as strong, but people take them like the same. Aleve people need help. Aspirin people just feel old.
Yeah.
No, I don't take anything. I like the pain.
Anyway. Like, subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe.
Personal attacks.
Yeah, just whatever. Make it really racial. Make the comments racial.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody, or listening, or putting it on in the background while you have sex. Goodbye.
Or while you poop.
Or while you poop, especially while you poop. Have a good one, everybody.